Today, we're revisiting Alison and her garden, which we filmed about 3 years ago. And there's been quite a few changes that have taken place. So let's go in and have a look. So Alison, we've got this beautiful central pond here, but what I really like is how we've got several journeys going around your garden. We've got one on this side. Even looking down here, I can see that it forks off into two different ways. Yeah, and there's loads of interest throughout this space as well. I'm like, immediately I'm picking out all the euphorbia, but also we've got like all the kind of like the deadwood down here for habitat. Can you kind of talk to us as we walk down this way on how you kind of developed that?
I think the pond was one of the first things we put in when we came. We wanted the habitat to come to the garden. It's more difficult because it's a wall garden, and we wanted the journey to come round. We wanted to have the space so that we could come round here and have that just nooks and crannies, if that makes sense.
Yeah, filling in all the little spaces.
Yes, absolutely, and not too perfect because we're replicating what's out there. It's our view. We have what's out there, and we plant what's surrounding and what works well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just planting as well. There's lots of little, like behind us, we have the sinks, we have the old water bottle things. We have got little boulders and alpines growing in the rocks as well.
Lots of sinks.
Yeah, lots of sinks. Lots of little. You got this big pond, but then there's like a couple more. And beyond the gate over here, I'm seeing a couple more. So I think it'd be really good to kind of go through and walk through there. But even just on this first walk, I can see so much interest and so much detail, especially for wildlife to be able to come into. Is that something that's sort of like a big focus for you?
Yeah, we have woodpeckers coming in. We have owls in the winter time. And we have all sorts of birds coming in. And they use the pond. We have snails in the pond. We've got frogs and toads. It's pretty incredible to see that wildlife. We've got birds nesting in over there just as you come in the gate.
Oh, in the ceanothus, And it's one thing that is catching my eye is that I'm looking forward and going there, but I'm also catching that to the right and just seeing how beautiful a view you've got. I'm sure that's something we can see in just a moment. So let's go through the gate and have a look at the next bit. Thank you. And flanked on either side here, we've got all these beautiful walls. Were these all something that you've done yourself?
Yes, we have. We built them ourselves, and we wanted to have more of the natural, more of recycling.
Yeah, totally. Certainly, lots more of this kind of like natural elements, which they kind of like give a real like humble feeling to a garden, don't they? And they kind of like bring us back down to earth.
They are. They're all the stones that we've got round the garden, round the building.
So it's reusing.
Good use of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I wasn't here when you had visitors 3 years ago.
No.
So I'm very much aware that this is a new part of the garden.
This is a new part.
Would you like to talk to us through it, or why it was created?
Yes, we created this to. I wanted some more raised beds again, but I also wanted some flowers. So this is just a wild meadow. I want to experiment with wild meadow, some dahlias, some nasturtiums.
Growing the things that you like as a gardener, things that interest you.
Yes, absolutely. Things like nasturtiums, my tortoise can eat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can eat.
Yeah, even then you've got like the bronze fennel in there, so beautiful.
Sunflower, and then again we've got another sink over there.
Yeah. That's really important that you're growing things that interest you. I think there's always like a lot of pressure. I think people get inspired, but almost that slight feeling of pressure to grow things that they maybe see in booklets or see at garden shows or see online. And it kind of makes people think, oh no, I need to be growing this, I need to be growing that.
Absolutely.
So it's really nice to see dedicated spaces that are just for what you enjoy, because ultimately it's going to be a space that you enjoy.
I think the first year I grew everything, made a big mistake. You make mistakes in gardening, and I grew everything and didn't use quite a lot of it. So.
And how long ago was it that this was?
That was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, so it's had a bit of time to settle as well. You've had some time to learn from it.
Yes.
And I'm seeing here is a beautiful little seating space. Should we go and have a little look?
Yes, let's have a look.
So again, we've got another, this is quite a wild spot, which I quite like.
It is, it's very wild. But here in the evening, it's just incredibly beautiful to sit here. It's lovely.
Yeah, and you've got that view there as well, which is
absolutely perfect.
It feels panoramic, but at the same time, it's cut in because you've got your structure, you've got your mature structure of the garden there to give it that framework. And I can imagine how this definitely feels like a space where you're in the garden, but you're on the edge, kind of like in the corner of it, kind of tucked away quietly, which is
often this will be the space that I'll use in the evening with a cup of tea. You know, I'll sit down after being in the garden all day. It's such a special spot. I'll just sit and look and
have a look, listen to the sheep.
Absolutely.
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 Well, speaking of that, I think it would be really nice to go and have a look at your very impressive veg garden.
Excellent.
And just before we kind of get into the nitty-gritty of this fab veg garden, on this windy day, you can really see how your garden is really kind of self-supporting.
Yes.
And it doesn't seem to be struggling at all. They seem to be really kind of well formatted, your planting design.
Yes, my planting's been very closely put together to support each other. If I had more space, I'm likely to lose something because the wind's so strong. And by putting them together, the self-seed and they kind of come up again, and there's that natural look that I've not done it myself. It's done by itself as nature.
It has like the kind of perpetual ecosystem, and it just takes care of itself.
Yes.
That's fab. So here you've got 4 very deep, very big, very impressive beds. Do you want to talk to us about, I suppose my first question would be, why you wanted 4? Do you grow a lot of veg? Do you like to grow a variety of veg? Would you ever want more, or do you feel like it's enough?
I think 4 is enough. I think I chose 4 of the biggest ones I could find on the market, because I thought if I'm going to grow, I'm going to grow. So I've always grown veg in them. I may change my mind and do flowers one year, but at the moment the vegetables, and it's trial and error with some vegetables. Some vegetables are fantastic, some are not. But one thing that I don't get is I do not get carrot fly.
You don't get carrot fly. Oh, there you go.
Absolutely not.
And you've got carrots over there somewhere.
Yes,
so we'll have a look at them in a minute. Did you fill it completely with soil and compost, or do you have like deadwood at the bottom?
Deadwood at the bottom and some sticks and branches, and then filled it up with the Caledonian green goodness.
Green goodness, Caledonian green goodness.
Which take a lot.
They will take a lot. And the green goodness will give that richness to the variety of vegetables you're growing.
Absolutely.
What's going particularly well for you?
The cabbages are growing really well.
Yeah, they look to be.
And my carrots are doing really well. This is the first time I've grown sweet potato.
Okay.
I've yet to see if it's going to come up and do anything.
We'll find out. We'll wait for pictures, won't we?
Absolutely.
And in these other beds here, you've got your nasturtiums, which you said before, and you've got your carrots over here.
I've done a second sown of carrots and leeks here.
And is there anything that you've taken from, I suppose, from this year that you'd gone, maybe I won't grow that next year? Or is there something where you've maybe thought, I really want to grow that next year instead?
I think the thing is I've not to grow too much.
Yes.
I think you can go crazy. You get a packet of seeds and you can go crazy.
And it's hard to maintain if you
absolutely. The beetroot's a success. The beetroot, we've used it in so many recipes. I wouldn't be without growing beetroot. If anything, I would grow more.
That's the thing there, isn't it? I think it's growing things that you are going to eat. I think a lot of people, again, is kind of what we spoke about before, that pressure of growing.
It is.
And I know myself, I'm guilty of growing things in the past of where I know that I'm probably not going to eat it, but I wanted to grow it anyway, maybe just for kind of seeing how, but it's really interesting to see. And do you have anything that you really enjoy growing, that you enjoy watching it grow and then harvesting it?
I do enjoy the carrots growing because we use a lot of carrots and it's worth having them. The whole family has them. So that's one thing that I really do enjoy. I love growing potatoes. Every year I grow potatoes, store them, eat them. Really like growing. And they're quite easy to grow, but at the same time, they're so useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So useful.
And you've got this really wonderful growing frame up here as well. And
I did have more planted in there, but something ate them. And that's the challenge you have, staying in the middle of nowhere, in a sense, and in the country. You don't know who's going to come down and eat something.
100%. That you're growing. And that's just part of gardening.
It is. So yeah.
So I suppose the next thing I'd maybe ask you is, this is a really, we're in quite a small space, but you've got a lot in there. What would your advice be to someone who's starting to grow vegetables? I
would say get 1 or 2 raised beds. Doesn't have to be expensive raised beds. Start by some simple growing solutions. Put some soil in, start, and you never know. Once you start growing, that's it. You're in that way and you're like, I'm
Yeah,
going to do
kind of
this.
like
Yeah, you
feeds,
do.
feeds that
You do.
interest, and then
Yeah.
you start doing the research
Yeah.
yourself.
I think now I'm at the stage of seeing what actually grows with what and what works best with each other.
Okay.
That's another element, isn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
before you would throw everything in, now
Yeah,
it's like,
and then like interplanting,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
looking at avoid like using like French marigolds to
Yeah.
you know, bring in pests and
Yeah,
kind of use as
absolutely.
sacrificial, I
Yes.
should say.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, and I think you've got your arches here. Did these have in the previous year you've had them covered and
When I
something
first sow my seeds, I put a net over, so
Uh-huh.
I've got like a white net and I put over
Uh-huh.
that I can still water with, but covers, because if I
fab.
don't,
Yeah.
I would get the birds would come down and take the seedlings.
Yeah, great tip.
So I cover
great
them
tip.
for a period of time, and then when I feel safe enough, I take them off,
Wonderful.
and they work really well.
Good. That's fantastic. It's such a beautiful space.
Thank you.
A very impressive space as well. But there is one other thing that I'd like to walk over to have a quick talk about, if that's okay with you.
What's that? Will be fine.
So what I'm really interested in is this right here. I think it's fantastic, and I can see throughout the garden there's a lot of reusing. So
Yeah.
is that like a theme
It
of
is.
something you're passionate about? something you're
Absolutely,
interested in?
absolutely. As you can see, we've used a stone from round the garden surrounding this. Actually, we believe it was made by what would have been the local blacksmith, which
Yes.
was next door. And I think he's made them for a couple of the cottages in the village. And some new people moved in, didn't want them, took them out. I said, can I have them? Absolutely, they were going to the tip.
Oh, it's an absolute win. And
It's like, no,
I
can't
suppose
go to
what's
the
really special is that, you know, like work like this is heritage
Absolutely.
work. And
Absolutely.
so not only are you preserving the work of heritage crafts, but also it's history for the local area. You know, this is history
Absolutely.
within the work. And now they've found a new purpose. And they look like they've been here forever. I just think I
Absolutely.
think they're beautiful. They're wonderful. And
Thank
they
you.
frame the space.
They do.
You know, I'm sure there'll be someone out there who's going to look at this and go, hold on a minute, that's a new way to frame the borders.
Absolutely, because I think they were made for that specific cottage at the time.
Yeah.
They would have paid quite a bit of money to get the blacksmith to come and
Yeah.
make them. And to have them is such a treasure.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
treasure.
Absolutely stunning. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
It's been a real pleasure for Caledonian Horticulture to revisit this garden and for myself to visit it for the first time. Now, what I love about this garden is that wherever you look, there is something of interest. It might be a little planting pocket where it's got alpines, or something repurposed, such as a Belfast sink as a pond, or the big iron stretchways that we saw wrapping around that border. And also, it is a garden that really supports itself in quite a windy location, showing that you can really create something beautiful in those conditions. We've also got loads of fantastic areas for growing vegetables, to sit down and to walk around. It's a garden for all times of the year, and it's been beautifully curated.